Hey there's Hexcraft here. We're gonna start a few things. First off, I chose Jinx this week because I want to do Vi next week. Originally I was gonna do Vi this week, but then I decided to push her back because I don't know if the skin is very spoilerish for the next couple episodes. So I wanted to wait till it actually came to live servers, so that it's Riot's fault if you see it. Secondly, I chose Jinx because I'm not covering the new Jinx skin. Yes, Jinx was getting a new skin related to the show as well, but it's a gotcha skin, and I don't cover those. Those get ones in my opinion, because there's nothing Riot could do to make that skin have a value worthy enough to even get anything better than a 1 or a 0. So yeah, anyway, let's get started. As always, basically it's a 5, and honestly the best things I can say with the skin really is the uniqueness between the weapons. Pew Pew and Fishbones always look great design-wise. The colorization of the white, pink, and blue is always a nice little detail. And of course, the colorful explosion effects are great too. All in all, for base skin, it's pretty decent. The Mafia Jinx skin honestly is pretty decent for what it is. A cheap skin, cool look of the outfit, of course. Fishbones is kind of eh. But honestly, the thing that really makes this good are the small details of the cork being shot at the W and the minigun. It going in its case when you're not using it, and it basically hanging out from the case. It's attached in there. All in all, it's a nice design. A small few things here and there I think could be better. The rocket, of course, and the traps, the E. But all in all, it's a good skin. It gets a 6. Oddly enough, again, early Jinx skin done really well. Of course, again, the outfit and look of the model is great, but this time I feel like both weapons are actually pretty decently designed, both basically being forms of firing rockets and fireworks. And on top of that, of course, we have to love the effects of the actual fireworks being shot. Of course, there's a bit of sparkle with the normal auto attacks, but the Fishbones auto attacks actually have a fireworks effect. The Chompers are now the dragon heads that actually do have a firework explosion, and the ult being basically this giant firework rocket that has a mix of colors and smoke. All in all, yeah, the early Firecrackers were really good with their use of colors, and I think that's a really great aspect. The only downside I feel like this has is the fact of the W just caused the normal electric effect, but it's a shock attack, so of course it's gonna happen. All in all, I gotta give this a 7 actually. It's a really good skin, and it's decently priced. I'm actually disappointed Riot doesn't make more of these skins. The whole Zombie Slayer skin line has always been a cool, detailed skin, because most weapons are just homemade weaponry. Best example I have is just in the abilities alone. Of course, the E is TNT with these little fake zombie heads on them, or possibly actual zombie heads. Honestly, the zombie versions of skins at the time were kind of weird looking, so they could be real. But more importantly, the rockets from Chomps are actually Molotovs being fired, and the big rocket is straight up just propane tank. There is also something being fired inside the handgun, which I think is supposed to be like a battery it's firing for the zap, but it's hard to tell because it's so quick of a projectile and so small. All in all though, all these little details of these being makeshift weaponry she just made to fight off the undead horde, plus the look of her skin is just perfect in my opinion. All in all, those little details really make the skin great, and it's weird to say, but I want to give it an 8, because yeah, that's a lot here in the details department, and the model looks good. Yeah, let's be real. It's hard to fuck up a Star Guardian skin, especially when you take the concept of this hero of the stars and all that blah blah, and give it to Jinx of all people. The fact that her whole Sailor Moon weapons, by the way, are still the minigun rocket launcher are great, but now it's sparkles and stars. The Chompers being a mix of the two little creatures she has, which, by the way, float next to her while she's not using one or the other. The sparkling star of her zap, the combined super cannon for her ultimate, all the details are just perfect and great, and yeah, it's an 8. It's a top tier skin. It feels like Riot really puts in work on certain champion skins a lot more, I'm noticing, because, let's be real, the little chaotic gremlin of an elf making her little toys and that is just perfect for Jinx. First off, the rocket's a Rudolph rocket. It's great. Big explosion of stars, snowflakes, and presents everywhere. Fishbones is basically a rocket launcher built into a boxed present that fires little Christmas rockets. The minigun is a toy train that she basically turned to shoot these little ice crystals. And yeah, the traps are little monkeys with symbols. You know, it's kind of funny that this is the first time we saw that in Jinx design, knowing now we know. But yeah, and of course, Zap being basically a little thing of candy that pops out. All in all, this is a great skin, and I gotta give it an 8. It's almost a 9 in my opinion, but it's just not fully there, I feel like. Yeah, no, again, proof that Riot gives its skins quality to the champions they like the most. And when it comes to sci-fi attack weaponry and all that, Odyssey Jinx is one of the best of them. Usually when it comes to tech weapons and that, I claim like, well, that's just a spellcaster now casting sci-fi magic or a melee fighter, but Jinx with her arsenal of weapons just feels so much better. Her minigun being basically a laser kind of minigun, the rocket launcher firing a 3 burst, her traps being little malfights that she probably designed based off her friend, Zap gun being a futuristic lightning gun, and of course the ultimate, opening a basically portal to shoot a meteor with an impact on the ground. God, this skin is great. And again, there's only small details that I feel like hold it back, but this is an 8. This is very weird, because again, this is a really good skin. I feel like the Chomper rocket blasts and the ultimate are the highlights of the skin, being so beefy and look hard-hitting. The model is kinda The minigun and the zapper and the traps are and I feel like the only thing that makes this skin kind of lacking, in my opinion, is the variety. That's the big issue when it comes to project skins, because it's literally, hey, each character project, you get one color, and you better hope that's a good color. And yeah, purple's a good color, but with all these sci-fi looks, especially the fact that her hair has 3 colors in it, I feel like if they gave her those 3 colors, this skin would be so much better. But all in all, it gets a 7. This one's pretty decent, I'll say. The model is okay. The rocket launcher, being the teddy bear head, is great. The minigun, I'd say. The effects of having a bunch of petals and the flash of hearts are nice in that. The rockets being fired being hearts as well, the heart explosion. The real treasure of this skin, however, is the chompers being the actual chompers mixed with a candy box. That's pretty great. And of course, the bouquet of roses for the ultimate. I think that's where this gets actually its biggest praise. And the explosion of heart smoke as well. All in all, it's a good skin, and I gotta give it a 7. Now, this is where someone is going to get mad at me, because this might be someone's favorite skin, but this is just enhanced Jinx. If you watch the show, it probably means a lot more, but all in all, this is just a model update for base Jinx. So yeah, it's an improvement. It's not too big of an improvement, though. That's the problem. The auto attacks are very much the exact same for both weapons. The chompers are designed now based more on what's in the show. Yes, and the rocket, of course, is the rocket. But all in all, yeah, it's an improved Jinx. So yeah, Arcane Jinx is going to get a 6. The model improvement is great, I'll say that. But effects-wise, it's okay. Model-wise, it's something. It's a lot of something. It's not my taste of something, though, I would say. The separate weapons, however, are where things improve. I feel like the 2 blast rockets from the auto is great, and the cannon is good. The pause clamping for the traps are alright. But of course, the rocket always stands out the most, being this giant, like, cyber cat little creature being fired, an explosion. All in all, it's a decent skin with great effect. And yeah, it gets a 7. I don't know where people hate this skin so much. I do love the tea effects and the little details and designs, little teacup traps, the actual fact that her minigun's supposed to be a basically teapot, the boiling foam for her zap instead, which I think is hilarious, and of course the rocket, just this big decorative cat treat kind of cup hitting into this big explosion of foam and coffee. All in all, yeah, it's a really nice skin, especially her model. It looks adorable. I don't know why people dislike this skin as much as they did, but I do see where things could be improved. But I gotta give it a 7. Again, if you didn't tell me this was a team skin, I wouldn't believe you, honestly. It just feels so different to a team skin, and I do find it funny. The only thing that makes this a remarked team skin is the ult explosion, but we'll get to that. First off, though, the model. It's decent. The minigun is okay. The chomps, The zap, fine. The normal rockets from the enhanced auto, alright as well. The ultimate, I love the design of the rocket. I do think it would have been funnier, though, if it was the actual trophy. What it is, I don't know. It kind of looks like a gin bullet, honestly. But the explosion of lights that brings out the glowing neon effect of the team logo is by far the best way they've shown off a logo, in my opinion. However, the limitations of Jinx is what holds this down. Most of the skins play off those limitations. How are you going to enhance those auto attacks? Well, the variant of autos will either be how they look coming out of the minigun or the projectile for the rocket. The chomps can be always different. The W will have a bit of an effect to it maybe here and there, but very much stay consistent. And the ultimate's the big showstopper, something you can change entirely. However, I feel like this skin, with the design they went with, the theme of all these colors, the blue and red and such, I feel like for Jinx, this just doesn't fit as well as the others. I barely recognize this as a team skin, but at the same time, this feels like it's one of those skins where they had to put the champion there, and all in all, they gave it their best, but I feel like the design was very not thought out for Jinx particularly. It was thought out for the team, to be fair, and it's an okay skin, but it gets a 6. I feel like there could have been better things they could have done for this skin, but at the same time, it's limitations for team skins. And there you have it. Hope you're all enjoying Arcane. I really am, and I can't wait for the next episodes. If you enjoyed the video, like and share if you will, subscribe for more, comment down below if there's a champion you'd like to see, or what skin you think was actually better than it was. I'd like to hear your opinion. And until next time, peace.